Hey everyone, it's Jamie from Independent Street Tarot and Seasons and Ritual, and welcome back to the channel. I never introduced myself before, but um, I'm an intuitive astrologer and tarot reader, and I practice Reiki. And I guess I never said that before. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new to my channel, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about crone energy, and there are times when I feel like all of us maybe like I feel like all of us are intuitive, how we develop those skills and how much we lean on it varies. And so there are times when like some of us will say, I feel, maybe one of our ancestors around or, friends or someone, maybe that someone that's passed and we can feel it. So there's that kind of intuition that comes through, maybe a song, passing thoughts, smells, all those things, right? So what's been coming in really strongly for maybe the past 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, I would say is crone energy. Um, and it's been coming in strong for me, because I'm literally pulling cards that say crone on them. And so let's talk about this energy coming in. And then again, today I realized that Pluto turned retrograde, so it's going to go back over degrees into Capricorn and then turn direct again in October and come back. And I feel like this is a really important time for people who can tap into this crone energy to hold space. Um, Crone energy is always available on the planet. It is the trifecta at the end of Mother Maiden Crone. Um, It is just, well, actually, let me just read about it from this book. So this is from the Archetypes Guidebook from Kim Kranz, and I pulled the crone maybe 2 weeks ago. But I will tell you, honestly, she was coming in before that now that I think back about it, because I saw a couple people, quite honestly, get injured, and these were just random injuries. And I don't know some of these people. I mean, I don't know at all. Like, I just kind of follow them on Instagram, and they are community leaders. And a couple of them actually got injured and was like around, I won't even want to say like before Mardi Gras, so maybe January, February. Um, and it was just coming in crone energy. We need to be sitting in more crone energy. So it's this different way of acting. Um, in the Pluto video, I talked about Pluto retrograde video. So it's this idea for me is that we all come in soul groups, right? And so each group comes onto this planet. We're all learning things together. We're moving out of, um, we're moving into unity consciousness, out of collective consciousness, like we're all here to raise the vibration on the planet. And we all come in as soul groups, generations, um, things like that, right? And so we all have these experiences together, and how we deal with them together, collectively sets these energetic imprints, right? And so, and I think this is really important. And this is just me talking, you guys. This is just me talking. The way this comes through for me is like, especially, I'm just gonna say for a woman, let's say cis female, and I'm 46, and how these things go through, and like my mom, and her generation, you know, through all the wars and the protesting, and you know, women going to work, pushing all through this feminism, and then we're here. And I'm 46, and I was able to go to school, and I was able to go to college. Um, and when I was going to school, it was this idea of, you go to school, you work for a company, and then you get a retirement, right? And that wasn't the case. Of course, you guys also, I'm me, okay? Like, like, uh, I usually, anyway, I didn't work in a company for a very long time. You know what I mean? Like, I was really highly a part of the gig economy. I own my own businesses, things like that. So, it really didn't follow like this traditional path that was given to me as I was growing up, right? And then also this Me Too movement came back in, and now, women are more women are in college, more women are in the medical profession, all these things, right? So it's this idea, this divine feminine energy on the planet. And then, I work with people of all ages, and a lot of women that are like late 60s, early 70s, and they're like, I don't know if I should retire, right? And there's a lot of things to that. Um, and, of course, financial security, all those things, right? So we talk about these things. Um, but it's also like this idea of letting go and allowing this new energy to come in, right? And this is part of this crone energy, which you don't have to be quote unquote old to be in this crone energy. Maiden energy is always here, mother energy is always here. How we decide to tap into it and use it in our lives, all throughout our lives, is up to us. So, um, so right now, this crone energy is coming heavily on the planet, and I see it here coming into not only with people that might be at an older stage in their life, but with younger people as well. um and so this is really important, I think, for us to sit in with this crone energy and really listen to it, especially when we go through large shifts like of change. A lot of times when we are in civil unrest or things like that. There's so many protests going on in the world. There's for many things, right? And there's so many ways that we want to be involved. But sometimes like we feel like our nervous system can't take it, or maybe we just can't be in that strife anymore, right? This is a good energy to work with. And look, you can be in your 20s and work with crone energy, because when like oh shoot, I forgot her name, but or like Dr. Joe Dispenza, like they do these huge group meditations, right, to hold space, to bring in calmness, love on the planet. That is He is working with crone energy to me. That's what that is, working with crone energy. I can't think of the other woman's name. She's known very well for setting intentions, right? And working within that intentional space. To me, that's crone energy. So I would ask you to maybe explore crone energy a little bit more, see how you can work with it, especially if, you know, if you don't like, you want to do something but you feel like you can't be on the front lines, or something like this. And I saw a reel the other day where this woman was saying, we can't rest, we have to go out, we have to fight. At the same time, holding space is a beautiful way to fight the resistance. You don't have to um post things all the time, or feel like you need to give money, or or whatever. Holding space, you can do that very well, and that helps change the energy. That's also, right, like that's that radical idea of non-resistance that many great teachers and leaders talk about, right? So no, there's many places for us to show up in the world, especially when there is a lot of unrest, right? You doing your part to hold crone energy, to work with the crone, is just as important as the person who feels like they need to be on the front lines, they need to be more vocal. Um, there is no wrong way, especially in this age of Aquarius, right? It is about the individual and how we show up. And if you want to be part of a movement, this is a beautiful energy to work with, um, and to hold space with. So I'm going to read from her book. So here we have it. The Crone. It is the 13 card, right? The number 13 for us, for the women. Okay. So the Crone, the witch, the old woman, the sage. The crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of Maiden Mother Crone. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at notions of good or bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smoldering, taking life and giving life. The crone energy accepts everything in, devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to reveal hidden secrets and knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power of unconventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. When this energy is light within you, you are magic, clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive, and wise. And she says, when this magic is dark within you, you are vindictive, bitter, isolated, and ostracized. So it says, go deeper with Hecate, Baba Yaga, Lilith. And it has a Indian deity too, which I do not know how to pronounce, so I will put it in the description below. So one reason why the crone, I think, lives on the mountain by herself is because she is wise and she works with this, she works above the, where it says, what did it say about duality? Yeah, she she rises above the world of duality. And when it comes to these tough conflicts, people want to know, what side are you on, right? Um, this is why I think she lives far away, right? She's the old swamp witch. Was that one, that girl? She wants to be a bog witch, right? Um, because it's hard to explain why you would sit in this area of accepting all and rejecting none. And it is such a strong and mystical magic that because it is outside our realms of what we've been taught. So if you think you are up to the task of sitting with crone magic and sitting with crone energy, especially as Pluto, our sweet, sweet Pluto, who is death and rebirth, right? And transmutation, goes back, has turned retrograde and is going back those 2 degrees of Aquarius and into Capricorn. Study with Hecate, study with Baba Yaga, study with Lilith, study with this idea of almost non-resistance, right? And work with it within yourself. So maybe look up some of these mass meditations with Joe Dispenza and the other woman who is losing. I'll put it in the comments below, you guys, because this is the time when we talk about there's so much good energy coming on this earth. There's so much beautiful magic to be held, right, in this space. And so working with this energy is one way to tap into that. And it gets us to know a little bit more about ourselves. It's really important. And the world needs it. The world needs, when we keep things in duality, it just stays in duality. We had that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, right, in Taurus to open this new hole, to open this new space, to open up this new way, this new earth. Taurus is fixed earth, right? So we can plant new seeds in this new way of being. So there's energy here. There is space being opened, Jupiter's expansion. There's space being opened where we can really hold and tap into this magic of the crone, if we so choose. So a little invitation to us all to work with crone magic and with crone energy. It says, the crone is the master of letting go and residing in what is. She rejects nothing. The crone is often seen with the crow, smoke, night, and the moon. The crone has a difficult time tolerating superficial, petty, day-to-day musings. She moves away from such relationships and seeks a deeper path, even if this means a more solitary life. So, thank you. Um, work with this idea of the crone, especially in this day and age of information of all times, right? Allow yourself in this age of Aquarius to show up how this crone energy best suits you first, and then the community in the world. Okay, you guys, I'll be back in a few days with our Dark Moon and Taurus video. If you have any questions, just reach out in the comments below, and have a great weekend.